So I am sitting here with what I read as the world's hottest classical couple. That's what I read everywhere. Look.
Well, she's hot.
So is she the finest soprano in the world, Andris?
Yeah, she's one of the best singers and the best actresses in the world. Absolutely, because besides singing, you need, I think, in opera you need to act, you need to live, and she could. I wish her after 30 years when she finishes singing actively already now to start acting career. I mean.
Well, she's acting now.
She's acting now but in a theater or Hollywood. I mean, I can promote her.
Oh, I will direct operas.
So is he the best conductor in the world?
For me, definitely.
He is, not just for you, for the world, is he?
And for the,
I'm not asking you, Andris. I'm asking Kristine, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to play something for you. And I want you to look at this. You first saw it in 2004, from what I understand. And I want to know what your reaction was. Just look for a second, if you will. We'll just play a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all he can take right now, I think. Okay, so that's Tatiana's letter scene from Tchaikovsky's Eugene Onegin, right? Correct?
Right.
When you first heard her sing this, what was your reaction?
Yes, that was the point when I thought, I love music, and I do love music, but there's something else.
What was the something else?
And there was a moment I got in love with her.
In love with her?
It was about 12 years ago, though, so it's...
Not from the beginning, immediately.
But with Tatiana's letter scene was the one, because I heard her and we sang together, we worked together with Bohème.
Yeah, we worked a lot.
And when we were friends and we talked, but actually seeing Tatiana's letter scene, I thought, I was walking the theater like this, and I thought, I want to. I was a music director in the opera, and I thought,
unfortunately,
in Latvia. You know what happened when I saw this?
Yeah.
I had the same reaction. I fell in love. Exact same thing. So, what drew you to Andris over here, please, Kristine? What was it?
And what I really got from the very beginning, because I have very good intuition, of course, and I know that, especially now, my intuition never wrong. I really saw immediately that this guy is extremely big talent. And the first thing I told you, like, Andris, you should leave as soon as possible. Do not stuck here. Of course, for the opera house, it was not good what I'm saying, because they just got him, But for me, it was definitely that he have to be free from one place, because with such a talent. So I was attending even the ballet performances just to watch how he's conducting, because this energy around Andris, also how he make the orchestra really be in love with what he's doing, is amazing.
I want to talk. You used the word free a minute ago. You both grew up in the Soviet Union, in Latvia, a little tiny country, 2 million people. 1991, I think, independent, when you were both 10, 11 years old. What impact did that have on your work today, Kristine? Is there any impact from those early years in Latvia and the Soviet Union?
Oh, it's difficult to say.
You?
I would say, I think that one thing is that a huge discipline and a huge, well, it's somehow you are, because by the Iron Curtain, of course, we always, the Soviet, the communist idea, or the idea that you can't go anywhere. But somehow there was always kind of a dream at the end of the tunnel, which at that point we never knew that it's going to open the borders. So therefore, it put everyone in a hugely disciplined atmosphere where you, particularly in music and sport, I mean, people were really practicing like crazy. I mean, I was playing trumpet, I was playing 6 hours, 8 hours a day.
In which age you started?
I started 11,
So for me, it was difficult to answer immediately, because I was trying to remember what I did, what I was busy with in my 10, 11. Because I think I wanted to be, every year I wanted to be some different,
Well, when I read about you, is you were more a rock star in the making in your head than you were an opera star. Michael Jackson, Madonna, that's what I read about you, no?
It came later, even.
Really?
Yeah, you wanted to become
But I wanted to be a rock
a rock-
pop singer, so I was really in love with Tina Turner and with the pop singers as well. So
Is that still in you?
I generally like music, and especially not the music. I like the people who has a huge charisma. You know what it means, of course. When someone is really can take all your attention, doesn't matter which kind of music, but when you are a personality and you can give something special with your feeling, I like.
Can you imagine singing
No,
rock
that time.
now? Now, can you imagine?
Now, yes, I can see me in many.
Like what?
In many musics,
You can.
pop, rock, but rock pop, not pop. Pop is probably. I'm not so young anymore to do pop music.
Did you sing Tina Turner when you were a kid?
And I sang, yeah.
What'd you
the
sing?
Songs. Oh, it's hardly to understand. All her. No, I can. Now I have to really change a lot.
Simply the best.
Yeah, but it was, it was
That's
really
He told
smoky
me-
voice and really.
He told me all young Latvians sang. That's one of the things all little kids in Latvia sang, yes. Yes? And he
Yes.
says he could sing.
Yeah, actually, yes.
But I
You're
asked
right.
him recently to sing for me and he wouldn't. Can he sing?
Can you sing a little bit? No.
I want to talk to her for a couple of seconds. You just sit there and stay there for a second,
The
okay?
best decision.
Okay, no, it's not the best decision, but everything I read about you, I know you don't read your reviews. I read all your reviews. Yeah, I do. There was a great line from the director of the Met, Peter Gelb, yes, says, unlike so many sopranos before you, I don't know if you understand this, who park and bark, he said, meaning just came out on the stage, sat there, and did their thing. That he said what Andris said a minute ago, that you're a terrific actress, that you inhabit the role, I think was the expression he used. Is that what you think separates you from so many sopranos who came before?
Well, I never thought about that. What about this, especially about this thing? I just know that I am not. I have something special. I feel it. I don't know what exactly I do, but I think that everyone who has a special place in this opera business, who are in a good place, needs to have something special. So. This singer has this strong part. This singer put probably just a vocal. Maybe someone is really perfect with the singing. For me, acting is really, it means a lot. I mean, if I take off acting, I cannot sing. So I really cannot separate these two things. For me, it's a one whole important thing. I simply cannot stay and sing. So I need to be deeply in the role, and to be deeply in the role, I have to understand deeply the role I'm playing. So that I'm not play, I live this
I
character.
understand. Well, you do a lot of dying, too.
No,
do you not?
I love it.
You do?
I
So
love
Mimi
it.
and La Boheme, Butterfly.
Yeah.
Is that hard to die every
I
night
love.
on the stage?
I love,
Why do you
because I think
love
this
dying?
is because I have feeling that this is exactly what audience likes about me.
What, dying?
Yes, I think I feel always very special connection, and I feel very special myself always in the fourth act. So I think that the last act is more important for singers, for artists, than first.
Why?
How? Because this is last expression.
I see.
So because you can stuck even forever with your last scene. And I think death is very strong, of course. I never die with a beautiful face because I live the role, so I can even scream during the killing myself, for example, Butterfly.
So if you
It must be
die
painful.
and you put that much into this, what are you like 15 minutes later, afterwards? You've died on the stage, you've put all of your heart and emotion in it. What are you like in the dressing room 15 minutes later?
This is the most difficult part, because immediately you have to switch off yourself and come for the bow. So I like the part when audience are screaming, of course, and really giving you even more than you gave them during the 3 hours.
Do you look at him looking at you, by the way, while you're talking?
No, he looked at me. I don't pay attention to that.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's for me it's difficult. The one of the most difficult part, for example, during the HD from the Met broadcast,
Yes.
it was speaking to the camera immediately after some full act. So when you're really singing non-stop and you're in the role, so you have to smile and answer to the question. So I catched myself that this is difficult for me, and it's difficult first 10, 15 minutes when people are, they come to you to congratulate, and you have to smile even if you are still sad, because of course, going such a deep way, you cannot switch off immediately yourself.
So I'm going to come see you two this weekend. Later this week, you're going to be performing. Are you nervous when you're performing with her?
I'm always nervous, but I
But
actually
particularly nervous with her?
no, not really, because
don't think
You,
so.
Barbara Hannigan was with you. Is it different when Barbara Hannigan is singing next to you as opposed to Kristine?
It is.
Well, I know it's different. I didn't mean that.
But artistically, because we met through music.
Yeah.
So first thing was I was conducting, and
He
she was
was my
singing.
first maestro,
So
important
I,
maestro.
of course, I was, and I still, of course, always when we perform together, I still, of course, respect her as an artist independently, even if we wouldn't have any other relationship. So,
Yeah.
and that is still constantly present. And I'm actually very happy, because I think then we don't kind of mix these. There can be sometimes mixed. Too many feelings together,
understand.
and it can cause sometimes maybe not the right atmosphere. But I'm nervous for her as an artist, of course. But I know that she's so wonderful, so always. But I think it's.
He's more nervous.
I'm more nervous when I have to go
Yes,
in the hall
in
and
the
listen
hall.
to her.
That's why he's not attending.
Oh, when you're
usually
just
my
watching her
performances.
perform.
He always asks me, "Can I wait for you at home? Can I
Really?
wait you back home?"
Really?
Never. And the last performance was the Covent Garden Manoli score.
Yeah.
And you was nervous, you said, really, no?
I mean, what you did on stage, you have to be.
Are you nervous when she's in the embrace of Jonas Kaufmann? Does that make you nervous?
But, I'm. Think.
We're actors, so we're acting.
Sometimes inside us, if I would see the director,
Director.
And I must
Poor
say, I'm more
directors.
nervous. I'm sometimes angry
Yeah,
at
well,
the
we
director.
have to.
Are you nervous when you're singing with him, like this later this week? Are you nervous, or are you the same as you are with any great conductor?
No, I feel more safe with Andris.
You do?
Yeah, I feel more safe because it's not because he's my husband, but also that, but also because Andris has such a
Fat body.
no, because you have such a how to say a feeling. I mean, you know me very well. You feel really. You know what I will do next second. You feel, but you know what I really don't like when he starts to speak during the performance with me, like, go on,
While
I
you're
really
performing?
want to kill him, yes.
While you're performing?
Sometimes, when he's like, oh yes, yes, that's good, when
Do you even
he's
know
like,
you're saying this, or it just comes out?
It comes out,
comes
I
out,
think,
I think.
yeah. I hope you're not
Because
speaking to other singers like that during the concert.
Can we talk about your lives a little bit? We're talking about your profession. You have a 4-year-old kid, Adriana, who everybody who has met her has raved about her. You're in one part of the world. The good news is you were in New York recently, as I just said,
Yeah.
and you were here. But still, you're in different parts of the world. What do you do to stay in touch when you're not in the same city like you are now? Andris, what do you do? How often do you talk to each other?
Yeah, well, yes, this is a biggest, I think, challenge in our profession. But the calendar-wise, we have a calendar where our professional lives are written on, but that's not so important. There's other calendar part, which is mostly in red, or where we write when I'm going to see them, or when they're going to,
We have this.
we have this plan. Okay, so I have 2 days here. Okay, so I go there.
Wherever she is.
It depends when I am. Yeah.
So. That kind of planning, and that helps because you kind of think long-term planning, and of course it's so great. She's 3 months in New York, and I'm in Boston. Then she comes to Boston and singing, of course in Tanglewood. I mean, I love Boston. She loves to be in Boston. She loves to sing
That's
the Met,
amazing
and then she
place.
comes to.
Are you thinking? I read that you're thinking of establishing a home here. Yes.
Yeah, we are
Why
thinking.
not? And
Yes.
we're really thinking about that
Now,
because I
on
like
the
the
way,
city.
yeah.
On the way that
we
I'm-
just thought, we were passing one
Yeah.
place. He said, "Oh, it's nice." I told you.
We just saw a lovely place, yeah.
Oh, really?
So this is.
So I know a dark secret about your husband that he blurted out once by mistake. I said, so what do you do, Andris, just to relax when you're home? Are you listening to the great conductors, or are you listening to great music? He says, no, I sit at home watching reruns of Frasier, the situation comedy, and then he told me, I watch them again and again and again. What do you do to relax and be normal?
As I'm always with Adriana, so as a mother, I take care more often about her, so she's traveling with me. Of course, all my free time means I have to spend, and I spend it with a big pleasure with Adriana. But I have to say, it's not a secret for Andris, and I have to be honest also, so I like shopping.
You do like shopping. Frasier,
Yes.
Shopping.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's not quite as embarrassing as watching Frasier nonstop. Do you follow American politics, the two of you?
It's a nice comedy.
Well, that was my question. What do you think of Donald Trump? What do you think of Donald Trump?
Frasier was funny.
Do you have an opinion? I mean, I know in Europe, you spend a lot of your time in Europe. He is not very popular in Western Europe. That's a fair statement, I think, yes?
And I have kind of taboo, not...
You don't talk?
No. Till I didn't start my political career, so I say nothing. When I will start, I will say a lot.
He thinks Putin is a great leader. Do you know that? Close friend? Yes, that make you feel good? I figured it would, yes.
No, I mean, I think the politics, of course, is part of our life. I mean, the thing is, we need to, I think, to be involved, at least emotionally, because otherwise the people who are responsible or who are politicians, they need to know that we are watching them. I think that's important because, I mean, the decisions, particularly nowadays, they have to make are huge, and it's not just decisions which, are very difficult. You need to have a lot here, a lot there, and a lot of baggage of knowing the history and learning from history,
Yes.
from mistakes. And I think now it's kind of a crucial time that we all pray God or hope that these big decisions will be made the way that there is a way forward in our lives. Because I don't know, I always think that I'm not a politician, and of course I often have my emotional reactions to things, but I think we can't stay and say, I'm not involved in politics, I don't care, because then those guys are even taking advantage of that.
Well,
maybe.
especially considering where you grew up and what the circumstances
Somehow,
were, obviously.
We worried, especially when we're there and we see, if we see some problems, of course we are speaking a lot about that. The only thing I think is important to understand, I mean, let's hope, but for people it's important that people knows, and the politician people, the politic has to take care of people. So, of course, if we're thinking only about making money and business, that's good. But we must remember about the people and interest.
Especially when you have a little child, you think about it even
Yeah.
more. don't you?
Yeah.
Of course, because we're worried about the future anyway.
So in the privacy of your own home, starting with you, where do you see yourself? In one of these stories about you that you don't read, but I do, you said something like, I know the future. You said those words. What's the future? You're almost both the same age, mid-30s. What's the future for you, Kristine?
Well, I have many offers to myself to make my future. So I have many possibilities. I don't see myself in one way. I know what I could do. And the most important thing for the future, I would love to everyone stay healthy and happy. So I'm really thinking about my family as a mother, and this is the first place. So the biggest wish, and I see that our daughter is happy also later in her profession and in her private life. And I will take care of that, of course. But as an artist, I see myself after many years, for example, also as a director. Because sometimes when I watch a young artist performing, and sometimes when I'm seeing what the directors are doing on stage, I think that they must be, I think I know the way. And sometimes I want to how to direct. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe everyone thinks so.
No, I don't know the way.
But I feel that I know how to direct operas as well. So I think it could be one of my ways. Or I will just take some opera house and I will be an intendant of some great opera house, because I also kind of have a good feeling, sometimes also a very strong intuition. So, and it helps, and this is where sometimes women win with the intuition.
I want you to know that I would bet everybody watching this show at home right now is saying, I hope somebody someday looks at me like Andris Nelsons looks at you. It is really, well, that's pretty good too. I can't wait to see you both this weekend. Kristine, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. Andris, it's wonderful to see you
It's so
too.
great to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you.